One thing we might forget about Mei, given all that's happened off the dohyo, is just how bad Asanoyama was on it. While a well-analysed wrestler can no longer romp to success, sheer Ozeki's skill and heart should ensure at least some of his signature style can still be imposed. Yet, he barely recalls how an outside left feels, and increasingly settles for no grip at all. Daieisho he simply beat by parry after losing the Tachi-ai only slightly less badly than last time. Meisei's defensive right turned into a forceful scoop, which tipped him off balance and out. Wakataka Kage, some 50 kilos lighter, bullied. Yes, bullied him from start to finish on day 3, easily resisting his force-out attempt and crushing him onto his back. And Hokuto Fuji was only just fended off by fine footwork after driving him to the ropes while not even fully fit. Things did not improve once we started filming. Asa's defenses were breached on all sides by ducking, weaving Tobizaru before his outside left finally arrived, and that just before he was rugby tackled. Cheek-pinching Kiribayama then beat him for the second time straight, this time brutally. "How on earth can he get the outside left from here?" asked Mr. Yoshida into the NHK mic. Only through overstretching, seeing him tipped from the right, then dumped from the left. Then 34-year-old Myogiryu, who he led 8-2, caused him all kinds of trouble. An ultra-defensive right, a la Meisei, salvaged the match, but only when Myogiryu gave him momentum to exploit. Had the veteran led the final attack with his left, Asanoyama might have lost. The next day, in this first ever face-off, Asanoyama sleepwalked into a throat hold, gave up his belt, and moved like Bambi on ice. That left him 4-4, and while Ozeki Grit was summoned, still his style flopped. Onosho shoved him back with contempt and demolished his stance, losing only for a left which was too far in and easy to lock. Mitake Umi, with whom he was 5-5, took plenty of ground until playing to his strengths with an inside right, thereby gifting him an outside left. And Takano Sho viewed him merely as snow to be ploughed, shifting him right to the rope before his armpit was assailed. To be fair, that was fine defensive technique from Asa, but Ozeki under siege is not what fans expect, especially from a man who takes pride in muscling his way forward. Now for the next year or so, this will all be irrelevant. He will hardly be tested by foes like these, who will succumb to just half of his power. I suspect I'm as unhappy as most of you are that such farcical bouts will now be arranged. But once back up to Division 2, he must seek to hone a plan B or C for when he can't secure his outside left, and thereby diversify the Asanoyama brand. He'll also be in a fierce fight to preserve his mental health after the sudden and severe loss of privilege and respect. We will be taking on those tabloids once his punishment is known later this month. They have just as much to answer for as he. For now, consider this for spooky coincidence. This is the last shot we have of him pre-withdrawal, leaving the scene of Terunofuji's disqualification, thus making the last thing he saw on that Mei Dohyo an act of rule-breaking.